So I've made my way to Haeundae Beach here in Busan. It's one of the most beautiful and definitely the most popular beach here in Busan. And it will always be up at the top of the list of things you see when you search for Busan. It becomes a real tourist hotspot in the summer, but right now it's fairly quiet. Still lots of families and friends spending time together, but come the summer, when the weather is a bit warmer than it is now, it certainly becomes a lot more popular. It's got everything you need for a beach: great sand, great sea. But I think what really sets apart the Busan beaches than a lot of the ones I've been to before is you have the hills behind me there, the green hills, and then the other way you get these tall skyscrapers, which is quite prominent even in other beaches in Busan. I get asked quite a lot of the time, when is the best time to visit Busan or South Korea? Because during the winter, like it is now, it's still quite mild, for me anyway, but it's definitely not warm enough to be sunbathing. So early spring to late spring is a great time to visit. If you're a sun lover, then the summer does get a lot warmer. It gets very, very humid, so it can become hard work sometimes. But right now, still a very nice time to visit. So if you ever get the chance, I think any time from now is a great time to come and visit Busan. And these beaches are used for many different things. You often get drone shows taken from these beaches. You get artistic shows, whether it's dancers, traditional cultural shows, and they can often have big grandstands put across the beaches. Hundreds of people coming all the time to watch these shows. So it's quite an impressive thing. You don't get that as much in other parts of the world, so it's great to see. Another reason why Haeundae, this area, is so popular is the great amount of food stalls. You have all the different Korean street food you could ever want just behind me, just over here, which is the direction we're heading now. Everything you could want, you can get over there. If you've never had Korean food before, you've got to. With these food stalls, there is always seafood, desserts, different types of chicken, and many Korean delicacies. As I wasn't too hungry, I just wanted a few things to have on the go. Okay, so I decided on two very popular street foods here in Korea. One is a fish cake, which is an armuk, and the other is a rice cake, which is sort of like a tteokbokki but without the spicy sauce. So we're going to dig in now and see what we think. Okay, so like I said before, the first one we have is an armuk, which is this sort of fish cake on a stick with some spices, but it's actually really good. Yeah, it is good. It's actually surprisingly not too fishy either, so even if you're not a fish lover, I think you still might like it. Looks a little bit strange, but I'd say it probably tastes better than it looks. But it's really good. And you see these in every single street stall in Busan and across Korea. It's a very popular dish. And it's only about 1,000 won for one piece, which is very, very cheap. So you can't go too far wrong, really. Easy on the go, and very nice as well. The area of Haeundae is more than just the amazing beach. There are arcades, shops and restaurants. Whilst looking around, I couldn't help but notice Blackpink's Jennie on a billboard, a Korean icon who has become a global star, and she will become a big part of this video. To start a new day, I headed to the train station to make my way to a very culturally iconic part of Busan. This is a place which is reachable by train and bus and is definitely well worth the visit. Haedong Yonggungsa Temple, a Buddhist temple located right on the edge of the ocean. Its complex has a pagoda, statues of Buddha, shrines, and the main temple area. Due to its location, it's a great place to see the sunrise before it gets busier throughout the day. It's quite a small area and it can be covered in an hour or so, and it's definitely worth the visit. As I relaxed here, it made me think about starting my next drawing. And whilst shopping at the biggest department store in the world, Shinsegae, I was again noticing the huge popularity of Jennie Kim, so I headed back to complete my own drawing of the K-pop star. When thinking about the background to the portrait, I thought about the colours of her girl group, Blackpink. But I also wanted it to be about the iconic cherry blossom which comes to life in early spring in Korea. It's another reason why spring is a beautiful time to visit South Korea. After picking up a bit more street food, I was heading out to see another iconic part of Busan, a place bursting with colour and culture. So I'm on my way to the Gamcheon culture village, which is known to be like the Santorini of South Korea due to the very colourful buildings, quite steep on a hill as well. So we'll have a look and see what it's like. It's quite a cold and windy day today. So the higher we get, the windier it gets. But nice and sunny, so at least there's no rain like there has been for the last few days. But the village has lots of murals and statues and references to the arts. So looking forward to it, and we'll see what it's like. So the closer we're getting, the more you're starting to see the colourful walls, murals like this. And even as you look around, we're starting to see a lot more colour in the buildings. And this will get more and more as we actually enter the village itself. The Gamcheon Culture Village, a colourful mountainside village located in the heart of Busan. It has become popular due to the vibrant coloured buildings and artistic references dotted throughout the hilly streets. We have made it to the Gamcheon Culture Village, which you can see behind me, with all these colourful buildings. And actually inside the village you have all sorts of traditional Korean culture, and also lots of artistic culture as well from around the world. You can see the ocean just over there. Yeah, it's amazing. And you can see now why it's known as the Santorini of Korea. Just like Blackpink, another huge K-pop export is the boy band BTS, who have been immortalised with this mural in the Gamcheon village. A very popular member is Jungkook, who has his own joint mural with bandmate Jimin. So within the village itself, there are plenty of places to eat food, plenty of things to see, a lot of photograph opportunities, but also it's always important to remember this is still a normal village, so lots of people live here. You have to make sure you're always respectful and quiet. But the great thing is as long as you show everybody respect, they will also show you respect. Korea is a very nice, gentle place, and everybody is always looking to help you. And if you're a foreigner, they'll also say hi a lot as well, which is very nice. In places like Busan, where I am now, you do see some foreigners, but not as much as you do in other cities across the world. And you certainly see a lot more in Seoul. But again, everyone will say hi, and they're all just interested to hear your story and see why you're here. So it really is a great place to visit.
Next, I had another famous place on my mind. Seafood in Busan is very popular, and you see these seafood market stalls throughout the city. But there is one place which rules the rest.
So just a short journey from the Gamcheon culture village, we have the Jagalchi fish market, which is this huge building right behind me. It's an enormous fish market, and with Busan being so close to the ocean, all of that fish has got to come somewhere, and much of it comes right here. So I'm going to head inside now and see what I can get. From what I've heard, you can get almost anything right behind these doors. So let's go in and have a look.
It's true what they say. You can get anything here, which makes sense as it's the largest seafood market in South Korea. The smell isn't for the faint-hearted, however, as fish fills the air as soon as you walk in. Luckily for me, I love seafood. Around the back of the market was this little area where music was playing and snacks were being sold, with a little insight to how all of the fish arrives here. After a short walk through the neighbouring streets, I headed to one of my favourite places. This is Gwangalli Beach, and just like Haeundae, it's surrounded by tall buildings and green mountains. Now, I'm a little bit biased because I lived very close to this beach, but it's a really nice area. Whether it's a place to walk in the winter, paddleboarding in the summer, or taking in the iconic bridge at night time, Gwangalli Beach should always be on the list of places to visit. And once day turns to night, this beach lights up with amazing drone shows every week. Whether it's to do with Korean culture or just to look nice, these shows attract hundreds of people to the beach and surrounding streets to watch. I knew I wanted to do a final drawing from my amazing time in Busan. And just like Blackpink, it's difficult to look past BTS when looking at the global emergence of K-pop. So after thinking through my options, I decided to head back and start my portrait of BTS's Jungkook. It's genuinely difficult to leave Busan, but it's somewhere I will always love, and I can't wait to go back at any opportunity I get.